How y'all doing? I wanted to tap in because I've been seeing all of this talk all over the internet, especially after the last celebrity got killed, the last black celebrity. I wanted to tap in and I really wanted to share with y'all, and when I can get y'all to understand. And even they had an important CEO that came over with record label telling you to change the culture and all this and that. In other words, you got to change the way you're moving with the music, is what he was saying. Because the Bible says that so as a man speaketh, it's going to be. And if you're out there speaking a lot of things that you're really not a part of, then that's what's going to come at you. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff going down, and I'm 60 years old, and I love music. Don't get me wrong, I love music. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff going down that's not adding up. While y'all sleep, I am up looking at what's going on. Sue telling this story or that story. Is it adding up? Is you got 5 or 6 people saying the same thing? It's so much going on that you got to sift for the bad stuff to get to the junk. You got to sift for the junk to get to the good stuff. But it's no excuse for a lot of rappers in jail. Oh yeah, baby. You got a lot of them that been killed just by one record label for real that I heard. I ain't gonna mention no name, but over 200 and some rappers is dead. Then you got some of them in jail. You got the whole lot of them in jail up on the RICO law, and you know that a lot of them black guys don't know nothing about talking about organizing nothing. Just because they got some money don't mean nothing. What they know how to organize. That law was given to the law when Al Capone was out, was the RICO law. All these laws where people had money and they was charged with organizing crime. You see what I'm saying? My point is what I'm trying to make. They don't have no, just because they got money, they don't know nothing about organizing no crime. And y'all know that. But to get down what this really is about, this is what really kills me and what I have to sit back and look at. And I'm 60 years old. I'm officially 60 years old. And I sat back and I watch. Every time I look at the news, every time I look at this, it's a whole lot of crime being in the city. It's a whole lot of black folks being killed. It's a whole lot of celebrities being brought down because we made you as whoever the powers that be that make you in the deal that they make behind closed doors that we have no knowledge of what they deal that they made. I don't know what kind of deal none of them made. But one thing I know for sure is a whole lot of black rappers being killed. There's a whole lot of them in jail. Every now and then it'd be something big that a European is going to jail, but I'm not feeling that. I'm sorry, but I'm not really feeling that. It's more to the story that's being told. We just had another rapper being killed. I'm not a fan of rap. I like to do music. I do rap myself, but I don't do secular rap. But from what I'm looking at, I would never join that world. And that's what they're trying to do, is fade that out. They got the CEO, the guy that came on the internet and said that you have to change the culture. He was letting you know then, the way you rapping, you have to change that up, man, because what you're doing, this is what it's doing. Don't nobody have this game better than the people that's got this game running. Now, biblically, if we go back and say, yeah, that God kicked him out of heaven because he got beside himself, then who are running that up there? Kanye West, perfect example, already speaking out about people that goes up to LA come up missing. And he mentioned names about that. He mentioned how his mother was a sacrifice. And that's why he's being broke down. Yeah, nigga, you're a billionaire. But I'm going to show you that them was just numbers that we gave you. And then you got to understand that when it comes time for the redirecting of wealth, this is what people does not understand. If you go back into the history, you will understand that the redirection of wealth, that's part of the world. What is that? The New World Order. Put it like that. That's part of the New World Order. That ain't nobody gonna have more than the other one. Whether you want to accept this truth. But I've been reading up on this stuff. I've been studying this stuff, and you fools don't even know y'all up on the New World's Order. And if you go back to at the time who was running this country, you will understand that you was one of them 170 some countries that was stole up under the bus. All you gotta do is just study. Stop running your mouth. Stop gossiping. It's all over the internet, the stuff that I'm trying to tell you. And what's really going on with all these rappers that's getting locked up, all of these rappers that's dying, and look at them. Look at the color. They ain't got to lynch you no more. New World Order said a redirection of wealth. Biden just signed a bill called the redirection of wealth, the radical redirection of wealth. That's part of the agenda. That's part of the New World Order. That ain't no man gonna have no more than the other one. Sorry to be bringing this to you, but I'm just telling you, out of my 60 years of being on this earth, from listening to Dick Gregory and everybody else that I even interviewed, this has got something to do with the redirection of wealth. When they created that law that they brought about, talking about the RICO law. The RICO law was applied to them gangsters. Ain't nothing gangster about these boys. Come on, let's be for real. Ain't nothing gangster about these boys. Only thing these boys did was got rich. Now, this is where the New World Order kick in and say the redirection of wealth. And the only way you're going to have redirection of wealth, what you going to do? You're going to bust them down like you did Gotti, John Gotti, like you did Suge Knight, like now you getting ready to do Jay Prince now, working on them now. All of these black men that came into power that became millionaires and billionaires, it wasn't, let's be for real. It wasn't meant for y'all to get rich when you were slaves. We ain't gonna talk about our history. We gonna just talk about your history that you were slave, but we ain't gonna tell the story about we were slaves before you. Cause we couldn't endure it like y'all. Sorry to be bringing this to you, but let me say that again. We ain't gonna talk about we were slaves first. Let's just talk about y'all can endure this, what we can endure. Oh yeah, baby. If you want to talk about biblically in the Bible and all that stuff, tie it in. Because we ain't got no God that's a stupid God. We ain't got no God that will let this stuff go on and not really let you see what's really going on. It's certain things you're gonna be exposed to. It was certain things that I was exposed to knowledgeable wise. If you're gonna be off into communications, you got to understand what is being communicated. And that's the only thing I'm saying. You have to be experienced into what being communicated. Other words, signs and all that stuff. You got to understand the stuff that goes on around you. Why would you be in the world that you don't understand what goes on around you? That's the killing part. You get relaxed. You think other folks got your back. Sometimes the team don't work, baby. It just don't work. Sorry to be the one to tell you. But I'm telling you, out of my 60 years from what I'm seeing now, this is all part of the work of the New World Order. The radical redirection of wealth. Go back and look at when Joe Biden signed that bill, and you'll understand. Go back and look at Rosa, when Rosa tried to tell all of y'all. Rosa got the gray hair, and she talks about Agenda 21. She talks about it from part 1 all the way to part 4. She's telling you that this is not a conspiracy theory. And I believe what she's saying, that this is not a conspiracy theory. It was 170-something countries that was through up under that bus to join that, what they call it, Go Green. This Go Green. If you really understood what they mean, you have to go back and listen to Rosa. She got gray hair in her head. She's got all gray hair in her hair and it's long, and her name is Rosa. You have to go back and look at Rosa and see what Rosa's saying, because Rosa telling you that this is no theory. This is a fact, and that's what they fighting about. While y'all out here partying, having fun, every time you look up, somebody black is being sacrificed, or as y'all say it. But from what I'm looking at, from a perspective, that it's a statement being made. And I hate to say what the statement being made, but I have to say it because it was on my heart. The statement is being made that we didn't intend for you black people to get rich no way or become billionaires. But you made so much money, that's why you last that long. But now we got to set you down because we can learn that we can make more money without you than with you. It's just a fact. This is what I'm seeing with my eyes. This is some of the stuff. All of this stuff here is what's giving this conclusion. You have to have somebody, a force, a positive force, a relationship built up with God that you believe in. The one that they are saying that, hey, this is somebody we don't even believe in no more. God is not a somebody that gonna mislead you. If the word was tampered with, we don't have a God that's stupid enough to let you just pass this stupid stuff. He only exposed what you can understand. If you believe in that, he only exposed what you can understand. He already told you in so many words that he feeds you on milk. So he letting you know that I have to feed you on milk. Because you really ain't going to understand what I'm really trying to tell you, so I have to feed you on milk. See, all of this stuff have to be tallied up and have to be talked about that I'm giving, because I'm 60 years old. I done wrote 2 books that he gave me. So I don't have to lie about what I'm talking about. But what I am trying to do, I'm trying to tell you, if you really look at the big picture, you'll understand what's really going on. Look at Nipsey Hussle. And if you really follow music, I follow all kind of music. But what I'm seeing over here in this music over here, that this rapper is trying to tell you that a lot of this stuff is fake, so they take him out. But you had another rapper before that rapper say, hey, look, we don't die, but we multiply. So every time they take one of you out, another you rise up in consciousness after you have signed the contract. What contract you signed, I don't know. But when it's time to pay up, somebody got to be accountable for that. I don't know what goes on up there, but I'm just telling you what I get. It's a lot of something going on, and it's just not adding up. It's a lot of somebody in prison. Yeah, okay, you're going to use what they say, but who writing it? Who writing all this, what they accusing them of? It's for number one. Who writing it? Is they writing it? Is they really telling the truth? I don't know. I haven't been there. But the thing it is, whatever's going on behind closed doors would be brought to light. That's the only thing I'm saying. Whatever you do behind closed doors will be brought to light. Holy black. But it's awful strange to me. This is what I'm getting at. I'm 60 years old. I love music. I do a little music myself, but I do gospel music. Only thing I see is a bunch of rappers dying. That's all I see. I see a bunch of rappers dying. Okay, we're going to give you a little fame, and then we're going to take you out. This is what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just telling you, they trying to kill a culture. And then it's awful strange for somebody to get on the internet and say, a CEO or a record label or whoever they say he's supposed to be, European guy, supposed to get on there and say, change the culture. What are you saying when you say change the culture? Change the way you're rapping? I can understand that language, but change the culture. What are you saying? You know, it's a lot of things that's being gossip all over the internet. You got to sift through you got to sift through all of the bad stuff, the junk, to get to the good stuff. And I've sat up here, I'll be on the internet a lot when you sleep. I'm up here studying, I'm up here researching, looking at how many been killed, why they been gunned down. You don't know if you're looking at a video and it's a ritual going on. What is really going on is what I'm saying. Is it really a ritual going on when we go to the football games that you got Satan playing in the background while somebody performing, the word Satan popping up? It's a ritual going on. So how you know how to enjoy something entertaining when you got that kind of stuff going on? Nooses all in the background. What statement are being made? And for what? Is the question. The powers that be that we don't see with this rap done took over. This is my conclusion. The rap done took over in a certain way, and it done took over a way that they trying to kill it now. Why? For one, it's affecting the opposite of the race, and every other race is spreading. You can't even make a commercial without rap. Almost every commercial, from insurance company to beer, is rap. That's why the man said change the culture. And the ones that have enough power to try to change the culture, you know, is the one that they take out. Why? Because he's being awakened. He's being awakened. And everyone I've seen that talks is being awakened of my 60 years. He's took it out from Michael Jackson to Tupac. All down the line, every black man, they learned a new game. And their new game is I can make more money when you dead than alive. Because for one, you ain't gonna raise no hell. You dead. I got your masters. And I'm gonna make money. And that's just the rap game. From what I know. You understand what I'm saying? But I had some people that asked me for the vocals of 3 songs coming up out of Texas. Said he was my favorite fan. Told me his name. I ain't gonna call no name. But I told him he can talk to my attorney. Those my word. The Bible tell me not to be anxious for nothing. So my thing was that I wasn't trying to be anxious for nothing. You got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. I spent 19 years in prison. First book written from a jail cell, Know Thyself Psychologically. Second book written since I've been out called Got to Go Through Hell to Get to Heaven, a true story after 19 years of imprisonment. You got to go through hell to get to heaven. Oh, it's a fact, baby. From my 60 years of experience, it's a fact. Anything I tell you, anything I speak on, it's a fact. I don't have time to be on this internet gossiping. Anything I bring attention to is going to be a fact. And what y'all need to do, y'all that's gossiping, that's doing all this stuff over there, you need to go and look up in this new world order that you up under. And you understand why you see a bunch of foreigners in your community. That's all you got to do. Go look at that. And you understand why. This is bigger than what you think it is. And I'm 60 years old from what I'm seeing with my eyes. They zapping them. Pow! Zapping that money back. Making a statement. Kanye West. Look at Kanye West. Zapped him. Bow! Dropping. Bam! $1 billion. Gone. That's what he means. I we all understood that. $1 billion. Bow! Gone. Or did they really give it to the brother? That you can drop it that easy. Whew. You have to pay attention to what's really going on and what's really going down. This is real life stuff. They don't have to lynch you, hang you. They do it by what they're doing by pushing buttons, controlling you. So whatever you did behind closed doors, they doing what you don't even know you agreed to. I don't know what's going on, but I know one thing, I wouldn't want to be a part of it. But I'm 60 years old and see, why is all these black rappers dying? Why is all these black rappers in jail? Why? Because it's a redirection of wealth. We got to find a way to stop these niggas from getting rich. Sorry to be saying it like that, but it's a fact. We got to stop them from getting rich because we ain't profiting. If Michael Jackson or Tupac would have opened up a label, do you imagine what happened? Where all the money going? Where all the people going? Think about that. Sorry to be saying this, but it's the truth. It's something that I must bring to the attention of all y'all that want to be rappers, want to be entertainers, want to be this, what you willing to sacrifice because you ain't got nothing, because you eating a soup at night. You're bow down to anything. You don't know what a person gonna go through until that time comes. Everybody talking about what they ain't gonna do. Fall on hard times. That's your best time really to get creative for real. That's your best time. Your best time to get creative is when you down. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. When you down, that's your best time to find out who you really are. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I'm going to say that again. Your best time to find out what you really is about is get down. And you'll see how dirty you are. Some of them ain't even got to be dirty, but I'm just saying, your best time is to see what you really made out of. Get down. And then you'll know what you made out of. Is you really going to take this downtime and reposition yourself? That's the whole thing. Or you really going to take this time to reposition yourself. And that's what it's about. Not breaking down. The word of God is written that don't faint. He tell you, don't faint. Oh no, baby. He tell you, and when he talks about in Galatians, how he talks about, don't faint, the duration. How you can stand the duration. It's about the duration. Don't faint. But he say throughout the thing, the scripture, don't faint. So if you understand the fruit of the Spirit talks about, it's about the duration. That's why I tell you don't fight. Other words, don't give up. Don't give up is what it's saying in other words. Once you learn what the fruit of the Spirit, I don't care how they rewrote the Bible. I don't care about all the lies, all this and that they telling, or what you believe in because you blind. You got all these books you come up in your lifetime and you read, and all of a sudden you got a problem with this one. I don't. So I'd be want to tell you that I don't want to hear it. I'm telling you what worked for me. I'm telling you when I called on him, I'm telling you what came through for me. I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't this one I called my partner. It wasn't this one that I said, we cool. No, it wasn't that one. It was God. It was God that came through for me. So I believe in God. This evolution that comes about, things of study coming about in the evolution world. But I believe it's a God that controls this evolution. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't care. But I'm telling you what I've been living with, that's what's been working for me. Things are steady evolving. Digital world steady evolving. And what I learned, even after 19 years in prison, when I come out here in this digital world, I had to learn this digital world. And I'm going to tell you something. I learned this digital world off these young folk. These young folk give me the game. Only thing I did was mentor them and gave them my love and share it with them and took them a few places and let them see that how you supposed to be living and not supposed to be living. And them young folks opened up to me and they shared me everything about the internet, how to operate it, all that. The young folks taught me. Y'all didn't have time for me. You old folks didn't. No, y'all didn't have time for me. Everybody too busy working. Everybody got too busy, got too many things going on. I'm just telling you the truth, who taught me. The young folks taught me. That's why I believe that you can't talk against a lot of these young folks now, because they're really smart. They jumping out the womb. They falling out the womb talking about they falling out the womb talking about this electronic stuff like it ain't nothing. The young folks, it's the young folks. Oh yeah, baby. It's the young folks. They born into the world. We learning this stuff while they just falling out the womb knowing this stuff. So you can't really write them off. We know it's a bunch of them just corrupt. Maybe because what they seen or what's dictating them on TV, all that type of mess. But hey, you can't, if you be around these young children and let them have an internet, they will teach you everything about the internet, and that's how I learned. They weren't teenagers. These was 10 and 11, 12-year-olds teaching me about internet. I had just come out of prison. I had just got through doing 19 years in prison. I didn't know nothing about the .com, the .net, that, all that. I don't know nothing about all that. These young people taught that stuff to me, and y'all sitting around ain't teaching them what they need to be taught. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Quit downing these young folk. Because what I learned since I've been in prison, I learned that these young folk at the age of 7 and 8 years old got the brain to half of the size of an adult. In other words, they're accountable for the stuff they see. And the Bible says, train up a child in a way they can go. When you do all of this mess that you do in front of these kids, these fake videos, You rappers. Now I'm talking to you rappers. You do all these fake videos in front of these kids and make them think that this lifestyle is really what it is, and knowing that they can't distinguish between entertainment. And the people's already know that's over it, understand what they doing. You're just a part of their agenda. That's why the European boy said change the culture. Change what you're saying. Because the Bible says, so as a man thinketh, it's going to be. And if you're thinking about guns and thinking about killing, then you're gonna receive that. It's power in the tongue. And we, as a people, have to learn. And a lot of us know that it's power in the tongue. I'm just telling you, I'm 60 years old. It is power in the tongue. It is power in praying. It's a lot of power. God, it's a lot of power that we was given. You don't begun to understand what's really going on in your lifetime. When I come in the world is all about raising a family, going to school, getting a good education. When you get out of school, do your homework. Before you can go outside, you had to clean up and do your work before you went outside. You had a good raising coming up. Mama cooked dinner every day while daddy was out there working. This is the kind of lifestyle that I come up in. With daddy. We had a daddy in the home. Daddy went out and brought the bread in the house, and mama took care of the house. Mama took care of the child. Mama cooked every time that. Couldn't nobody eat until daddy come home and eat. And then we all eat together. Oh yeah, baby. That's the time when I come up. Now everybody just doing what they want to do. Everybody want to stop at these old fake food restaurants and get this fake food, these generic modified organism, which is called GMO, and think it's real. And then you wonder why you got a lot of health problems, why you got diabetes. It's a lot going on that you don't understand because you haven't been taught. It's a lot going on that what you haven't been taught, you don't know what to look for. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's what's going on. A lot of y'all is falling for anything. Just because you're tired of eating soups. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I pray to the Spirit of the living God. And this is true. I pray to the Spirit of the living God called Judy, and none of them ain't gonna do nothing for me when it come time to taking care of me. I pray to the Spirit of the living God. He said, acknowledge me in all of your ways, and I should direct your path. I should be a light and a lantern to your feet. Oh, really? Really? You telling me that you're going to be that much to me? Why not follow you? I don't want to hear nothing about your $1 million deal when I got a deal over here going on right now about life. I don't want to hear nothing about your $1 million deal when I got somebody that can make any deal that's lined up with the Spirit of the living God. Oh yeah, baby. I ain't got no problem with hitting my knees and praying to it and telling him. He said, I already know what your problem is. Why? Because he created before he laid the foundation, he already know who you dealing with. He know your heart. And that's what I believe. He said, it is written that before I created the foundation of the earth, I already knew you. Before I even laid it down. And I well understand what he's saying. He know me. All hair on my chin, my head, he know me. When you don't. I don't care nothing about if you don't like me. But I'm just telling you, since I've been here 60 years on this earth, next year be going on 61, Lord willing, I'll be talking about the same thing, but on another level. But I understand what I'm saying. He got certain ways he gonna write you in history. He already wrote it in history, all the ones that came about. If I never make it in music, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. But I done whatever my heart desired. He done gave me the tools and everything to do it. So that's fine. He done showed me that I can be whatever I want to be. That's what I'm believing in. He done showed me I can be whatever. I done put out music. I done sold CDs for $15. I done put out other music that was just putting it out just for uplifting people. I don't really get off into selling music. To me, it's like communicating. It's like talking. It's like educating. It's like uplifting. And that's why I do music. To uplift you, to educate you, and stuff like that. But there's a lot more to what's going on in this music game. And my conclusion is they trying to fade out rap. And it's got a lot to do with that New World Order, the redirection of wealth. Check it out for yourself. All you got to do is pay attention to Rosa, Agenda 21, from part 1 all the way to part 4. She got gray hair in her head, real white gray hair. I mean, you can't miss her. She's telling you the facts. This is no theory or nothing like that. This is a fact. No, and this is why we can't get plenty of food, or this is why we actually becoming a third world country, if you ask me. This is what I'm seeing with all these grocery stores. All this is part of this one world government that they're trying to make in this one world religion. Y'all got to pay attention. Things is written in signs and symbols. I just had to speak out. I just had to bring it. Just had to let you know what's really going on, because y'all really not seeing what's going on. Y'all so busy up there with all that money, having fun, and don't see you just a puppet to their agenda. That's all you is. $1 million. You got $1 million loan just to be a puppet. Learn that game, Kanye West. This is Kanye West and all the ones speaking out against him. I've never been there, but they telling you what's going on. And they saying it in so many words that you got to learn and pick that stuff up. So I'll holler at y'all later on, because I just really had to let y'all know, what I felt about all this stuff that's really going on. You see a lot of stuff on the internet, and it's sad, how people is going down. It's sad. And it's peoples of color. I'm not racist. I don't have the power or the ability to be racist. I don't control nothing. I don't own nothing. When you control a lot of things systematically, that's when it come into play. We got to read it. We ain't doing the hanging no more. We hanging you, but we putting you in prison, and we taking your thousands and millions of dollars. It's a redirection of wealth. This is what's taking place. The world is upside down. And I hope that when I'm dead and gone, that all the people that's coming into the world understand what they're coming into the world. They wasn't coming into the world 60 years ago when I was here. You learning just what you learning from when you came into the world. Understand that. You don't know nothing about Boy Scout. You don't know nothing about they used to pay you to go to school to educate yourself. You don't know nothing about all that because now what you coming into is a world upside down, being trained one world order is what world you coming into. Sorry to be the one to tell you, but it's a fact. This is the stuff I've been seeing. Oh yeah, baby. Jobs is not promising like they used to be. Job was promising, you got on job, you stay on job 30 to 40, 50, 60 years and you retired. It's a whole new ball game. Everybody now is out there trying to work for themselves, trying to provide for themselves. And then it's even being talked about that they're gonna take the money, the monetary system. I've been out cutting grass and just listening to them saying that they're gonna take the money. All this has got to be digital money. And I've heard it several times and I keep hearing it. You know what I'm saying? And they letting you know what they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the powers that be that we don't see that's controlling all of this. But we have to get God. God. Oh, Lord. It's a lot going on. And nobody knows but you. So you tell us what's going on. That's the only thing I can say. Is Lord, whatever your will is, tell us what your will is. Tell us what's going on. Tell us why all this happened. Tell us what's happening. Just reveal it. Just let us know. Because there's too much going on. Too much going on. So I holler at y'all.